Hey everyone, it's your girl Maddie here, aka Beaver Mosh, and today I'm talking to you about Supraliminal, the new album from Nothingness. This one's coming out of Everlasting Spew Records, and Nothingness hails from my own backyard, Minneapolis, frickin' Minnesota. And you can tell by this cover art probably exactly what you're going to get. This is a disgusting, brutal, unforgiving, and punishing death metal record. And it's a death metal record that isn't really pretending or selling itself as anything other than that. However, there is a lot going for this record and going on that also makes it not just a standard in-your-face hammering death metal record. The band incorporates enough diversity and allows for enough influences to come through to make this a very unique and intriguing listen without really crossing over into proggy or super experimental territory. No, they keep the center focus of this record very intact. Curse of Creation opens the album up with these very meaty, crawling riffs with these hyper dissonant squeals. It's super gore gutsy, and I also really appreciate these kind of chromatic, slimy guitar bit. Vocalist Bradley Olson comes through with these gruesome low growls, but also nails these ear-splitting screeches and utilizes these two approaches interchangeably. And the band incorporates these feedback-heavy, noisy passages really well and does a good job of creating this nauseating atmosphere. The band allows the track to get pretty weird, but in a way that retains the heaviness as the priority here. The band does a really good job of playing with dynamics. They seem to suffocate you and then kind of pull away a little bit just to throw the intensity at full force right back on you without much warning. I really enjoy on Horrendous Incantation the more ominous tremolo-like guitars mixed in with the tastefully angular riffs and groove work. And I like what the drummer does as well. Doesn't always go for the blast beats, but allows for a more broader palette of what is chosen to be included. It's always very effective. There's some more really calculated choices, and the drummer knows when to place what where. The whole track has a sort of off-kilter, syncopated posture to it. It remains pretty unpredictable, and it's a fun ride to experience in that way. Capitulating to Hyperspace is just this riff fest. The band constantly is introducing this new insane idea and continuously cycling them in and out while sounding cohesive throughout and while keeping this chaotic feeling alive. Production wise, it sounds very open and big while maintaining a gritty and nasty abrasiveness. There's these incessant snare attacks that won't let up that I'm a big fan of, and I also just super love this really alien, oddball guitar solo that's thrown in. It's definitely not a typical familiar shred display. It's something completely out there and bizarre. The band creates a lot of space on Temple of broken swords that allows for these gargantuan walls of guitar and drum madness to overwhelm you. There are these weird-ass scratchy guitar licks here, and I don't know what's happening, but I like it, and I love the more hazy, atmospheric sections that the band allows in this track. It's a nice change of pace, and it has more of a black metal influence coming through. Festering Abstraction has this cagey, super brooding intro. You can definitely feel the vultures circling the rot of this track. These intensely sharp, cutting guitar grooves move the track forward while allowing the rhythm section to inject a lot of momentum and raw aggression into the mix. King of Loss is the longest track on the album at over 7 minutes, and it's actually surprisingly melodic and full of this melancholy. There are some real cool build-ups and peaks here, like crescendos. There's these emotive instrumental swells, and the vocals are packed with feeling. Where this is placed in the track listing, not quite the end or the finale, but towards the second half, it's kind of brilliant, actually. It feels like we've been being led to this welcome climax while still allowing for this punishing come down to follow. With all this being said, however, this track is still heavy as shit. Don't mistake me. Don't get me wrong here. There are moments here that sound rather grand, but bleak. It's kinda, there's this doominess to it. It makes me weak in the knees, and I want to cry. It's just so it's so powerful. I didn't expect the album to take this direction at all, but I'm really glad it did. It was a risk, and it really worked for Nothingness here. The anvil picks up the nastiness. It just comes through with this suffocating, hammering atmosphere. I really, really love how the band incorporates these really ugly, sludgy, almost bouncy riffs. It's very interesting. There's just this atonal guitar work and this rhythmic experimentation going on. This is not your typically paced death metal riffage. Decimation Mechanism, however, has this real old school feel with these chunky, meaty, familiar, comfy chugs we all know if we're fans of death metal. The vocal performances here are just off the chain. They're just so grisly and abysmal. The track has these super intoxicating grooves. There's this attitude to them. It's just a really strong, memorable note to end the album on. Supraliminal is just a fantastically written death metal record with a lot of attention to detail and songcraft. It's a super ferocious death metal album and a brutal one like you want. But while it doesn't try to be challenging at all, that's not really the goal. It is an easy way for seasoned death metal heads to want to explore something a little more abstract and adventurous, which is what this album does to perfection. Well done. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. It helps get this out there. If you'd be so kind, I'd love a subscription. It means the world to me. Really helps get the channel growing. If you want, leave a comment. I super adore getting to engage with those. I have a Twitter you can follow. The link to that is in the bio of this YouTube channel. Hey, keep it metal. Hey, my name is Maddie, aka it's Beavermaj. Hey, signing off.